Hello everyone! So in this video I'm going to be giving you the step-by-step guide on how to use the Notion study planner backed by science. So this isn't any old study planner, this is a study planner which includes study methods that have been researched by actual scientists and that have been proven to be more effective for your brain, okay? So I'm creating this, or I'm showing you this, because I've actually used it. I've been using these methods for the past year, and my results have been very, very good. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So two important things. The link is going to be in the description, so you can download it. And if you do download it, just know that you won't need like the premium Notion subscription. You can use the free one and it's perfect. So let's get into the guide. Okay, so I'm really excited to show you everything that this study planner includes. So let's get into it. First of all, we've got this home page where we've got all of our important links and we've got other things. So first of all, we have this calendar, which first of all, we can see all of our exams. Then we can see our assignment due dates over here. And then we can see our event dates. So that's very useful. Then we've got our habit tracker. So over here, you can just each day you uncheck them, and when you do it, you check it, and that's it. And over here, we've got our tasks. So they're categorized by status. So, for example, these are the tasks that we haven't started. So when you start it, when it's in progress, you put it over there, and when it's finished, you just drag it over there. And finally, we've got our class schedule. We can see everything. If you want to add a new subject, you just go in here and you add whatever. Oops. Then you can see today's class and everything. So yeah, that's quite convenient. And now we're going to go into the juicy stuff. So let's go into the study page. Over here, we've got our subjects, and then we've got our study tools, okay? So first of all, I'm going to start with the study tools, and then I'll go into the subjects, okay? So first of all, we've got revision. Okay, so basically this page is for revision and basically using this science-backed study method called spaced repetition, which basically is storing all of the information that you're learning into your long-term memory so you don't forget it for your exams. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to add your topic, then you select your subject, then you're going to add the first day that you started revising this topic, then the difficulty, and the next revision date. And when you complete a session, you just press this, and the next revision date is going to be updating. When you go in here, you can see all the things that you have to revise today. And sometimes, if imagine one day you don't do your session, it doesn't matter because they're going to all fall into this category, which is catch up. And the only thing you have to do is complete the session, and it will just go out of there and go into your go into like the system again, if you know what I mean. So this is very useful, and I've actually used this, and this is literally a game changer. You can use it for formulas, flashcards, for revising your flashcards, and I'm telling you now, this is the best, okay? The next thing is your exam tracker. So over here, you've got all of your exams, okay? And this is filtered by the exams that aren't completed, so your upcoming exams. It doesn't include the ones that you've already finished. So let's go into a new exam, like one of these. So first of all, you're going to have to complete like this information. First of all, you're going to add the buffer time, which is basically the time that you want to have before the exam, or the days that you want to have before the exam in case something comes up or you don't have enough time before the exam. We've got those 3 days to revise or do whatever. Then you've got the days left. Then you press this when you finish the exam, exam date, progress, which you'll see in a moment, the day you started studying for the exam, and the subject. Okay, so when you're inside this page, you've also got the content covered in each exam. So here, what you're going to add is like all of the topics, everything that's going to be in the exam, so you're prepared. So what you're going to do is you're going to track the content by difficulty. So let's say it's very hard. Well, the progress is going down. So when everything is easy to you, the progress is 100%. So yeah. If you want to add a new exam, you just press add new exam. Wait a sec. And you've got everything. And the only thing you have to do over here is press the filter button and just press whichever subject, exam, subject, and the subject link. That's it. Okay. Now we're going to go into the assignment tracker. This is basically, look, first of all, we've got all of our assignments, and when you go into the assignment, you can press the due date, the status, and the subject. And when you go in here, I created a little guide for you. So starting a new assignment isn't so overwhelming, because I've been there, and when you've got an empty page, it seems like really overwhelming, and that normally leads to procrastination. So what I've done over here is I've made this little guide so it's easier for you. You can do a brain dump, brainstorm, your plan, etc. So it's a little bit more, a little so it's a little bit easier. Then you've got your assignments based on your due date, and finally you can see all of your assignments based on status. Okay, so that would be it, literally. Then we've got the past papers library, which, if you don't know, is one of the methods which I think is the best, and it's normally underrated, because literally, if you practice with past papers, past exams, that's literally what's going to be in the exam. And if you practice that, you're already studying. You're going to be ahead of the rest. So let's get into it. So yeah. Basically, I created this so you can keep a track of the exams that you have done, the exams that you haven't, and how difficult you thought those exams were. So if, for example, the 2024 past paper was really complicated, you can go back and do it again and see if maybe you don't find it so difficult anymore. That type of stuff. Okay. So here you can see all of your past papers by subject. So let's go to this one. And we've got two percentages bars, okay? We've got the percentage of exams that you have completed. So when you press the tick button, that means you've done it. That means it's completed, but that doesn't mean that you found every exam easy. So here you can go to difficulty, and if they're all easy, the real progress is going to be 100%. And over here you can add like the exam, the year, the topic, like for example, if it's a final exam, if it's a topic 1 exam, and the subject. That would be it. And if you want to add a new subject, you just press this button. Okay, next, grade tracker. Pretty easy. First of all, we've got all of our grades, date, grade, subject, type, easy, okay? And then we've got our grades by subject. If you want to create a new subject, just press that and that's it. Then we've got the overwhelmed page, which is a page that I think is very, very important. And I think it's something that you need as a student, because I want you to understand that not every day, not every study session is going to be perfect. And there is bad days, and it just comes with being a human. So this page is for when you're feeling overwhelmed, you can't really get things done, so you basically write everything down that's stressing you out, you get it out of your brain, and you can actually take action. So first of all, we've got brain dump, okay? You write down everything, every task, every feeling, like anything that's on your mind that is making you stressed, okay? You write it down. That's a step one. Step two is categorizing. The type. Can I control it or can I not control it? Categorize that, and we're going to focus on things that we can control. Then you can add, if there is any, due date and priority. And finally, we're going to take action. So here, basically, we're going to take action, and when you've done everything, you can press done, and that's it. And when you've finished everything, you can just delete it for your next overwhelmed session. So yeah, I really like this one. Okay, content covered in class. This is basically so you keep a track of everything you're seeing in class, so you don't forget or stuff like that. So you keep a track of everything, and also you can look at this before your exam to make sure that you don't forget anything and stuff like that. So you just add your content, date, subject, difficulty, quite easy. And here is it's filtered by the content today. And inside here, you can see the content covered in each subject. So you can just add it in there, and that's it. If you want to create a new subject, just press the button and that's it. Next, common errors. I think this is very important because sometimes when we're studying, we want to feel better and we focus on the things we do know. So we trick our mind into thinking that like we know everything, but we actually don't. And sometimes the things that we're making mistakes on is the things that's more intimidating to us. So with this, basically we're writing down everything that we find complicated so we can check before the exam. And yeah, basically that. You just add the error, subject, and the status. You commit the error all the time, sometimes, or never. And here you can see the mistakes by subject. And you can move this around, and yeah, that's it. Finally, we've got the notes section, which is quite easy to use. You just go into each subject and you create notes, and you go in there, and that's it. Okay. Finally, oh, okay, so now we're going to look at the subjects, which is basically a summary of all of this, but in one page, so you can look at it quickly and stuff like that. Okay, so with each subject over here, you can press this, and that means that you finish that subject. And here you've got all of the important information of each subject, so you can look at it whenever you need it. And here we've got, for example, content for the exams, content that is difficult for me, so the ones that are difficult. Then we've got grades for the subject, upcoming exams, assignments, and our class notes. So that would be it for the study page. Now we're going to go into the monthly reset. I think this is one of the best things about this planner, which is something that I've also been doing. And it's quite important that is basically reflecting on the past month and creating new goals, taking into account what worked last month, what didn't, and yeah. So I've divided it in 3 steps, okay? First of all, we've got reflect. So over here, we're going to write down things that worked, things that didn't work, and here we've got a comparison. Then we're going to write down things that I'm leaving behind this month, the cause, the type, and the month. With all of these, filter by month, okay? And you can press whichever month it is, and if you want to create a new month, or you can just do it. So yeah, that's the first step, reflect. The second one is gratitude. Think of things that made you feel happy this month, that you want to remember in the future, and yeah, you just write them down over here. And finally, you've got goals for the new month. So here we've got things that I want to bring into the new month and how I can implement it. This is an important thing because sometimes we create goals, but we don't really think of how we can implement that into our actual life. So yeah. And finally, we've got our monthly goals. So inside this, press that. We don't only have like, okay, I want to do this. No, we've got an actual plan, okay? So we've got the name of the goal, and here we've got this, so we can write down all of the tasks that we have to accomplish in order to achieve this goal, okay? So here you can press not started, and the progress will go down, and that. And I added this thing which I find really cool, which is a little reminder of how to set effective goals, because sometimes we set goals which aren't really achievable because of the way we are setting them. So here we're using the SMART framework, which is a famous way to basically create your goals in a way that they're actually achievable. So here's a quick guide that you can read if you download the template. And yeah. And finally, over here, these are some little things that I like to do, like physical things that really make me feel like new for the new month. So yeah, you can do that. And yeah, and over here you've got a little guide that you can see if you download it. And over here we've got the study tips, which I'm not going to go very in depth in because you can see it if you download this planner. But basically over here we've got, based on scientific studies, like the ranking of study methods that people use. Then we've got the good study methods, backed by science, and study myths. And finally, I've got the sources, because I'm not inventing this, like this is actually proven. So yeah, that would be everything.